Kasha though, back in with full ascendance versus Balan. A little bit of a rematch between the two. Taking that Hex, not going, actually doesn't even access to a trinket anymore. What the hell did you trinket? Gonna be a totem down, keeping him at bay. Balan is just trying to see if he can just wait out until the full ascendance form of Kasha is done, burrowing his head underground, trying to hide from danger. As Kasha hoping to stay on him as best as possible. Got plenty of output. Big healing surges up for Balan. Has got himself the Spirit Walk His Grace, protecting every single one of his casts, trying to make sure that he's fortified and ready. Earthquake onto Kasha while standing inside of the root as well. Not much you can really do while Balan is just setting up for a go right in front of his face. Lava Burst getting sent in. As Balan is the one trying to get himself a little bit more of an aggressive go. Trinkets just to get out of the root to follow. It's going to be a lasso right after, sent to a Stormbolt, Lightning Bolts. But Kasha healing through those fairly easily. Kasha is completely drained of defenses right now. Not a lot of offensives available either. Bloodlust coming back up sometime soonish, and maybe Ghost Host very soon, depending on how fast he generates Maelstrom. Actually, you have the Elemental. You can smack that thing around, get a bit of Maelstrom too. That actually might not be a bad idea. And it's actually, did Balan just cancel it just to make sure he doesn't get any more Maelstrom? Might have been the play though, might have been the case. Balan got himself a decent setup. No wall, doesn't have Guardian, but for the most part, I think the sustained damage of an Elemental is a little bit stronger than what Enhancement can pull off. Enhancement really does need some kind of like a combo or two together. But who knows, yeah. Kasha getting hit with a lasso. Balan trying to give himself a little bit more time. Looking like he's waiting for maybe a Stormkeeper so he can have that charged lightning ready to go. Root right after, keeping the totem at bay over onto Kasha. Does end up turning around to take it down. Gonna be a Sky Fury. Maybe can go for a does not have an earthquake, grounding totem. I was gonna say maybe can ground some of those lightning bolts later. Balan taking a bit of damage though. Kasha got himself the Bloodlust. Is doing a number for him. Gonna be a Hex. Oh, but the Storm Strikes do go through. A big old Bloodlust. All of that haste, all of those resources, all the lightning on top of it does end up taking him out. Void Queen up next, gonna try to see if he can get himself an angle versus Kasha. Having to run into the melee, but trying to maybe, if you can cut him out into open, that might be golden though. Knockback is perfect for Kasha's silence. Nothing he can really do for this one. No totem that he can drop down in order to prevent the damage. Void Queen though, still taking quite a bit of damage. Looks like Kasha able to fight right through the mind games. Doesn't really care. Nothing the priest can really do to stop him right now. Got himself offensives and defenses rolling in at the same time. Gonna be a big Sunder. Void Queen might be looking at his burst potentially. Got himself a little bit of healing with his flash shields while there's no interrupt available. With the Fear to follow. Void Operation to reposition. Got himself quite a bit of that distance. Gonna be a leap by Kasha, dropping on a trusty grounding totem to deal with the mind games. Big slabs over onto Void Queen as he goes in for a bit of a reset behind the wall. I can't even use the right words for my line of sight structures correctly. Big burst out of Void. Maybe something can happen. Stun to follow. Maybe if you have some kind of a big go. Fade for just a second. Silence right after. Could be big spikes. He's actually going to get quite a bit of damage. Kasha with an Ascendance. As the Fear comes out. This is perfect Void. Maybe Void will get behind the pillar. Those Storm Strikes together with Lightning Bolts are doing a number. Kasha trying to see if he can close that gap right now. He's just so close to Void. Almost there. Wants to see if he can just maximize a little bit more damage. The root by the Shadow Priest does give him a bit of that breather. Avoiding a lot of that scary Ascendance for Miss Kasha. Got himself wolves at the ready. Still staying on the hunt with the Void. Try to see if we can topple him right then and there. Massive short circle. Oh, just needed a couple of those combos of Tall and Deadly. Not gonna let you out of his side whatsoever. Not even gonna go for the biggest knockback ever. Tall hoping to maybe end the zone right now. Got himself Cassie. Cannot really be interrupted. Grounded totem very, very simple. Kashi got himself Bloodlust. I don't really know if he could really make some work of this one. You need a lot of healing. Big Maelstrom generation right now. Leaping back in. Tall and Deadly maybe a bit off. More than he can chew. Kashi just staying on him as best as possible. Steam needs lots of Maelstrom right now. Standing us to Tall and Deadly, trying to get himself a bit more healing. At this point, I feel like getting defensive is not the play. He has to stay aggressive, has to generate Maelstrom as much as possible. That's about all he can really do. Breathe really quickly with the Storm Sunder for just a moment. Knocked up in the air. I was gonna say Guardian is. Oh, he bannering him. Guardian was so close for that guy too. Kasha almost had the Guardian. It was so close. It was right there. As well as Wall. It was so close. There's only so much you can really do, man. There's only so much you can do. He decided at some point that, hey, I can't stay defensive. I have to generate Maelstrom. I have to risk it. Not a spot all of us want to be in. You want to go back, get yourself a breather, but sometimes you just have to try. And as hard as you try, there isn't much you can do at moments. Tall and deadly though, getting ripped apart by the Demon Hunter back to back. There's nothing he can do. Just kind of spent everything into the other Shaman. Gosh. Battered him even. Oh no, the disrespect. As Chipos gonna be back on the Frost Death Knight, trying to see if he can get a freeze into the Saleri. Big obliterates back to back, trying to see if he can crack through those defenses. Look to go for a blind by the looks of it, but the Metamorphosis covered, the transformation covered the CC. Still lots of damage out of the Death Knight. Either way, the Saleri might be in a lot of trouble. Chipos just trying to stay as aggressive as possible. Darkness isn't enough to keep away from the Icy Blade as he goes in for a quick slice, taking the Demon Hunter in two. With high heels gonna be up next. My gives to follow. Chipos better be very careful with these. He got himself a little bit of defense to work with. Blind does give yourselves a little bit more to work with. Gonna be a stun into high heels. Was able to human racial out of that stun, but he doesn't have any more escapes until AMS, and you can maybe pre-MS certain abilities, or like IBF is available. Until you can get some of those available, there isn't much you can really do. Void bolts fly in all directions. Chilpos does have the anti-magic shield to give himself a little bit of cover. Going in for a bit of a death pack too. As long as he can use death pack and then wait out the necrotic period, he does get that whole health bar that he can actually utilize. So right now he does have a decent set of health bar, like 80% of health back. He just can heal the rest of the way. But now that it's gone, now you can actually heal. It looks as if kind of a dot is still doing damage to you at the very least. Fear onto chills does not have a Lichborn for this one, but he does have quite a bit of damage at the ready though. Mind Games does go for an interrupt with a slow into high heels, trying to go for Remorseless Winter. Quick fade for a second. AMS for that one. Maybe if you get a stun, this could be something good. Going in for a couple of blitz. Does not really have the biggest burst at the ready right now. Looks like he's maybe delaying on until later. Does go for the burst now. As high heels taking huge chunks of obliterate back to back. Might be looking to disperse. Yeah, there goes the disperse. You had to disperse that one. There was just no way being forced out to play such a big defensive for a minute cooldown. That is the power of a Frosty Death Knight. The fact they can do so much damage every minute, but they're also very much a glass cannon. Stun, high heals with a fade, needs to go for some kind of a heal. Siphon to follow, it's going to be domed down. It's also a mess in case he needs to interrupt onto high heals. Cannot really use his shadowy heals or shadowy damage abilities for a second. AMS needs to be ready for chill pills in case there's like a fear or a stun. Trying to see if you can preempt it. Potentially, flash heal again. Maybe Remorseless Winter stuns him. If you get that stun right now, doesn't even need it. He just lets the damage go through and lets it roll in. Born Shice is going to be up next. Looking for a quick execute on Chill Pills with a full bleed at the ready. Does go for the trinket. Chill Pills with quite a bit of damage though onto Born Shice. It's going to go for big defense as well. Chill Pills looking for a bit of an escape. Lynchborn now, but there's just nothing he could do at the very end. Just came into this one with every single cooldown mostly spent, and Born is able to take him down at the end of the day. Garrote out of Bad Bunny with a Stormbolt immediately for Born as a kidney shot comes out. Bad Bunny does go for a trinket here, going in for a bit of damage without a death chakram or death mark at the very end. Death chakram. I'm kind of confusing those between the hunters and rogues right now. Death chakram, death mark. Basically, whatever places somebody into death, they're gonna die. And Borshash, I think, is dead, right? Bleeds? Or no? I think Bad Bunny also backed up, just gotta wait and like, is he gonna die? Dots? Hello? Garrote? I think you just Garrote, Rupture, and walk away. It's just over, right? Unless Born picks up a little bit of health, get a shot, yeah. Making sure you get a guaranteed kill. But now you don't have a trinket, and Rosie's up next, trying to give as much of an honor duel as possible. First honor duel of the night, chat. I like seeing that. NA or you, Dom? We're doing these over on the NA, man. The HQ comes, so got the Shaman goes complete. Hell yeah, WAP. I'm sure you'll get a rematch against that guy. Bad Bunny though, hey. Oh, he's gonna take the honor duel. He's gonna walk in. Go. Okay, selfie. All right, I'm cool with that. Sure. Yeah, whatever you guys want to do. Rosie at least wanted to give the rogue as much of an honor duel as possible. Let him catch up a little bit on a trinket, catch up on the evasion. He's going to be out of camo too. Going to let the rogue get the opener, but the freezing trap, a cheeky freezing trap, you know it's going to be there. I don't like the details on the freezing trap ever since they changed them. That's something we never really get to notice. And I wonder if they're going to give more details to traps like that before, because card trap and stuff like that is still kind of like the old model. Bad Bunny get hit with the death shock and the evasion at the ready. I don't know if you were able to cloak the explosive shot. I was gonna say, like, I was expecting it. Rosie taking a bit of damage in the opener though. Look at your health bar. Rosie might be in a bit of a trouble though. Next kidney shot could be very deadly. Looks like Bad Bunny got quite a bit number to him. That's gonna be Rosie getting hit. Big hits. Shift to follow. Wait a second. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Turtle Medic managed to remove the poisons and the bleeds. Bad Bunny trying to see if he can bail out of there. Shot him out real quick. Has a trinket back up. Rosie better be very, very careful of that trinket. Smoke bomb at the ready. And Rosie, do you want to go in? Do you not want to go in? I don't think you want to, right? Maybe if you get a stun on the guy, kidney shot. Oh, hold on a second. Rogue might just have it. Disarm. Oh, the trinket to break out of the disarm. Well done. Well done. Normally we see sub rogues. Hey, picking up 2. Chilpos with 2 as well. Not bad. And then Kasha with 2. Hey, let's go. I also like the fact that everybody got a chance to play. That's my favorite part in duels, where everybody gets a moment. But yeah, that's normally we see like subtlety rogues do this kind of like damage or like burst, but seeing Assassination do it is refreshing, and that's gonna be, I think, more common once Sin 2 is out, because the class can do a lot in 10 2. Let me tell you.